America. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to R Squared Technology. I am your host, Ryan, and let's get ready to SOLIDWORKS. Now, this is the kickoff to an entirely new series which I'll be posting every Monday, where I do a random object challenge. Now, it might seem similar to my Wednesday post. However, this one requires you, the audience, to fully interact with me in the comments, where I will make this first object, and from there you leave a comment below of the next object that I should model. And then we'll see if I can do it, or if my keyboard mouse will explode and my computer flies out the window. So, with that, put a seatbelt on, and we are going to begin this challenge with inspiration from the coming holiday, the 4th of July. America! So what I'm going to attempt to model, that's just in my head, I'm not Google imaging anything because, there's thousands of images and maybe somebody's already done this, but I'm going to give it my own go on it. I'm going to make a firework. And more specifically, we're going to make it like a freeze frame photo of a fountain. So, let's go. So what I think I'm going to do for this is probably choose the front plane. This is going to be interesting because, well, there's a couple of different ways to do it. Now let's make it unique. Choose the top plane. Then I will make a circular sketch here. And, I don't know. Yeah, we could make this a reasonable size fountain. Call it a 4-inch diameter. That's the sketch, top, features, reference geometry plane. And I don't like that either. So let's actually do it this way. This is on the fly. This is not really a tutorial video. This is a challenge. Tutorials are Wednesdays and Fridays posts, by the way. So front plane, Control 8. Let's make this a profile. And I don't know the anatomy of an internal fountain, so we're just kind of winging it just a little bit. I don't know. This fountain will be 10 inches tall or something like that. And say something like this, something like whoopsie. It's okay, I'll fix it here in a second. There we go. I don't know, the opening, like ½ inch. And the wall thickness can be 1/4 inch. Interesting. There we go. And we'll revolve this. Oh, buddy. That's a very wide base cone. Let's make that more like 4 inches. That'll do. And then we'll go to the front plane. Choose a sketch for this. How do I want to do this? This is arguably wouldn't be done in one part normally. If we were going to make any attempt on fireworks, we'd make this an assembly and probably add some animation. But then this would be like a 10-hour long video, wouldn't it? And I don't want these to be too long. So, let's do this. Okay, so we're gonna do some trickery here. I'm gonna slice this sectional view here. Choose my front plane, start some sketch, and we'll make an arc, of course, from the center point. Actually, no, let's even make this more fun. We're going to choose a spline from the center point. I don't know, because, you know, sparks, they're unpredictable, right? So we got about 8 zillion handles here. The only thing that I really feel like I'm going to define here is this first point. And this is a sin to underdefine a sketch. But in this case, we could spend all day figuring out what these patterns are. I'm going to kind of skip on that, yeah? So we're going to hit exit. I'm going to turn off the sectional view for a moment here. I'm going to drag around. I'm going to click this top face. I'm going to create a sketch. I'm going to create a little bitty circle. Let's say a dimension. Again, this is kind of to represent the streak of fire. So, like, I don't know, 30-second. We'll see how that turns out. Again, normally something like this you'd probably make in Blender, but this is the whole point of the challenge, right? Pierce that, select OK, and then we're gonna sweep. We gotta choose the circular profile and then the spline. Click OK. Here's our first little trail of spark flying, so to speak. Now, what we're going to do here is I'm going to make sure that my spline is visible for this. And then I'm going to choose a... How do we want to do this? Let's just say we'll make a... We'll select this endpoint, do a reference geometry plane, then select the spline and see what it does. It should give us some funky angle. That's cool. And we'll bring that funky angle normal to, which is the end point of that. How do I want to approach this? Oh, let's say... Why don't we do this, actually? We'll delete that plane. We'll bring it front plane normal to, because we did make this spline on that plane, so it's not doing this per se. It doesn't have a three-dimensional depth. It's not a 3D sketch. Though, arguably I could have used that, but again, I'm going to cheat here just for the fun of things, in a way. So let's actually hide that, because that'll be fine. We'll make sure we're on the front plane. Then we're going to create a sketch. We're going to zoom in. Just kidding. I want that sketch back. Let's see how I'm going to best capture this. Ooh. I did in fact make a mistake on that and how I want to do this. Just kidding. Let's rewind. Control Z, 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 Z. Bring that plane back. Control 8. Bring that normal to. We'll zoom way in. Then we'll start a sketch. Let's see. So for this, I'm going to choose a midpoint line. Choose this. We're going to choose a horizontal. We're going to come out of the sketch. Because, again, now we need to amplify our spark, so to speak, right? So that's 32nd. Now that brings it back in. Then I'm going to actually just multiply that times 2. And I got to make that coincident of the... There we go. Let's pierce that. Leave that as is. Do an arc. 180 degrees. Coincident. Do another revolve. Create a ball. Then let's break SOLIDWORKS big time. Oh, this is going to be quite crazy. Now we'll take on that. How do I want to do this? Actually, let's go back to our front plane for a moment. Let's hide this plane. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Then we'll choose the front plane. We'll create a sketch. Then how about here? Make that a smart dimension of 1 inch, just to start. Again, purely experimental. What we're about to do here might not be acceptable, but we'll see. So, perpendicular. And then we'll exit the sketch, take this line, bring that plane normal to, sketch on this, create again another little bitty circle. Let's just choose something a little bit funky. Let's make these sparks a little bit bigger. Yeah, it's 0.65 for that. Actually, it needs to be smaller than the ball is, so let's close out of that real quick. Go back into this. Much better now. We're getting absolutely crazy with this creation here. And we haven't even added the color to it yet. So, so let's see how this works out. Our axis will be here. Yeah, we like that. So now we're creating our sparks here. And I'm going to turn on the temporary axis view so I can see. Oh, the cylinder is made that way. Let's see if this works. Science. Direction. Yeah, I don't think so. And it's not going to let me choose that point. Okay, A little tricky here to get this, but I'm not going to fret. Because on plane 1, I'll bring it back to normal 2. Remove my temporary axis. Choose a sketch. Center line. Alrighty then, we're met with some tricks here. So that sparkle, let's do something absolutely bizarre that I do not know if this is going to work. We're going to choose a linear pattern, and I do not know if you can run a spline. So direction 1. No, it doesn't like that. Tricky. Well, I do know we could at least do this, right? If I choose the front plane to a sketch, throw down an axis here, and then I choose a circular pattern. I choose this as the axis. I don't know. 4? How about 40? Ooh, we're breaking something now, I guarantee it. Fourth of July. We couldn't just have 4. No, we need 40 instances of this. Let's see this work it out. We might have a 4th of July when my GPU lights on fire and shoots out the window here. Let's see if it can handle it. It's thinking about it. It's like, oh my god. The friggin' usage. Now granted, you know, if you want to support me in getting a newer machine, oh, geometric conditions. What is that? Did we have a collision here? Why don't we try 4 and see what happens? Ah. So I think what's happening is if let's choose geometry pattern. See if it'll allow. Oh, it allows it there as a geometric pattern. So let's see if we can bring it back and just absolutely break shit here. Oh my god, this is gonna be ridiculous if it does it. It's thinking. I see the GPU starting on fire. Well, I am back. It did it, folks. It actually did it. Let's have a look at this craziness we're calling a fireworks fountain. So there's your illustration of the sparks emitting from it. Showering sparks, as they say on the fireworks. My computer managed to not light on fire. So with that, let's, add some flair before it breaks again doing something else. We'll give the cone a colored shape. Oops. I only want that face. So here and here, we'll make the cone red. Oh, lest we not forget the bottom. I'm truly surprised it managed to work itself through. Ooh, it's good so far. Okay. Let's not get too fancy. You know, sparks are, I don't know, sure, that color for illustrative purposes. We'll bring it isometric. There you have it, folks. There's a fountain. And let's do one last thing here. Let's go to the front plane for a second. And then we'll do a sketch. We'll do a plane offset of... I don't know how far out this is. Probably 12 inches out. Will that clear it? Yeah, flip the offset. And then with that plane selected, we're going to go insert. Where are you? Let's go sketch, sketch, insert. You're hiding from me. Oh, yes, you are. It's not a sketch entity. I mean, it is. There it is. Sketch tools, sketch picture. And we will choose and we will disable the scale tool. And we'll make this we'll exit the sketch and we'll hide it and bring it back isometric. And there we go. America! Yeah. Happy 4th of July, everyone. Stay safe out there.